This season on Everyday Gourmet, we'll be showcasing some of the beautiful recipes and produce from the Shizuoka Prefecture of Japan. Only a short train ride south of Tokyo, Shizuoka offers up stunning views of the majestic Mount Fuji. Known for its outstanding fresh seafood, rolling green tea fields and abundant fruit and vegetables, we've got a delicious selection of recipes to take your taste buds on the ultimate Japanese adventure. We're starting in the south of Shizuoka in Hamamatsu, where the beautiful Lake Hamana is a popular tourist destination teeming with over 800 varieties of shellfish and seafood, including oysters, eel and clams. But first, let's take a look at one of Hamamatsu's other specialities, gyoza. Oh, the gyoza in Hamamatsu were something special. And Dylan Vickers is here to show us his version. We're best buds because we've both been to Hamamatsu and tried their gyoza. Aren't they just like the most delicious, addictive thing that you could have there, right?
Yeah, and Hamamatsu gyoza are quite special, actually. We're going to do a version that has a crispy exterior called wings on it. These ones also have a little bit of boiled bean shoots, which is a characteristic of the region.
Nice one. And some cabbage.
Some cabbage,
What type of cabbage have we got?
We've got wonbok here, or Chinese cabbage. We're going to slice this one up for our gyoza.
Okay, yep.
As I slice this cabbage, do you want to maybe slice me some spring onion there?
Can do. Spring onion. You've also got some ginger and some garlic.
Some ginger and garlic, yep. You can give that one a mince afterwards as well.
So for those who don't know, gyoza are the Japanese dumpling, and there are so many different fillings that you can add to it. It's very much a street food, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. Gyoza are something that you could get at an izakaya, which is a Japanese kind of pub. So it's a more casual style of eatery.
Would you like this chopped or minced?
I would like you to mince both of those, please.
Okay, so in that goes.
Perfect.
And the mince that we've got here, what have we got?
We've got a little bit of pork mince here. I prefer a slightly fattier variation, so 80-20 fat ratio is probably best.
Okay.
The style of gyoza that I'm doing today is going to have something called a hane on it, which are little crispy kind of wings.
So it's like a double whammy of crispiness?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's very good. Okay, ginger, garlic in.
All right, I'm going to season our gyoza filling with some of this sesame oil. Going to add in about a teaspoon of that. We've got the Japanese shoyu, the soy sauce. We're also going to add in a teaspoon of that one. Just a little bit of sake, the cooking wine.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
It's a nice touch.
And then just for a little bit of richness, we're going to add in just a little bit of this vegetable oil.
Okay.
Do you want to give that a stir for me? And then while you're doing that, I'm just going to add in a little pinch of sugar.
So balancing the flavours here.
Exactly. That'll balance out some of the soy sauce. And then also, could I get you to add a pinch of salt in there as well?
Sure can. A little pinch of salt. God, it smells good, that ginger.
Yeah, you can smell the sesame oil kind of coming out as you mix it.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, that looks great.
Okay.
So to actually form these gyoza, we're going to take about a tablespoon of the mixture right in the center of our dumpling.
Yes.
Then, just going to take a little bit of water.
I'll pass that to you.
Yep, thank you. This is just going to help seal the edges. So I'll just place 2 little droplets of water around the edges. It doesn't matter if it doesn't go all the way around. Then, to fold it, sort of shape this in half, just like a little open-faced taco.
Yeah.
Then I'll kind of pinch the side here. And then just on one side, I'm going to make little pleats in the dumpling, just till I get to the other side. Do a little pinch there.
Look at that.
And there we have a little dumpling, little gyoza.
Well, let's make a few more and see if mine look like Dylan's. It probably won't, but we'll give it a go. Right, well, I feel I have almost mastered the art of making gyoza.
Doing a good job.
Thank you. You're very sweet. That's my version. I still think it'll taste nice.
So we're going to preheat our pan here to medium.
Yep.
And we're going to fry these gyoza before we actually steam them.
Okay.
So this is kind of like a dual method. So I'll start by adding in about a tablespoon of oil, and then we're going to place our gyoza right in there. So I'm just going to arrange them in a little spiral. And then we're going to be mixing some starch and water in a moment.
Okay, so this is just a little Plain flour?
Yeah, we've got a teaspoon of plain flour. We're gonna add in about 100 milliliters of water.
Okay, I'll mix that together. So essentially this flour mixture is going to almost be like a web to stick all of these gyozas together.
Yeah, exactly. As the flour kind of fries, it's gonna form a crispy layer at the base. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fry these just until the bottom or base just begins to brown a little bit.
Yes.
In the meantime, we'll prepare the dipping sauce for our gyoza.
Okay.
So we've got some soy sauce. We're gonna add in a tablespoon of that to our mixing bowl there. And then after that, we'll place a tablespoon of the brown rice vinegar in there.
Brown rice vinegar, so does this have a bit more of a complex flavour than the classic rice vinegar?
Definitely. It's got a fuller flavor. It's a little bit nutty. They ferment it with the rice husks on it, so it's got that extra depth to it. We're also going to add in a little bit of this Japanese chili oil called rayu. And yeah, there's a lot of beautiful stuff in there, some fried garlic, fried various kinds of chilies. It'll just give not only a really good taste, but also a little bit of texture to our dipping sauce.
And that's it?
That's it, yeah, quite simple. All right, let's have a look at the gyoza. It's got a nice kind of browning on it now, so that looks about ready. And then I'm gonna add all of this flour water to the base of the pan. And then right away, we're gonna cover it. And that's gonna steam for 7 minutes.
Not 6, 7 minutes.
All right, these are looking about ready. You can kind of see that there's a little bit of browning on the sides of the crispy kind of wings that we're developing, so they look about good. So I'm gonna put this large plate on top of the frying pan, and I'm gonna invert everything together.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, place that one on the tabletop here. All right, now for the moment of truth.
Oh, wow, look at that. It looks like silk's been draped over all of those little dumplings. Just gorgeous.
Yeah, very lastly, we've got these boiled bean shoots. I've just boiled them for about a minute. You want them still kind of crunchy.
Okay.
And this is the characteristic style of Hamamatsu.
This brings back so many memories. It really does. Well, we better have a taste.
Let's do it.
You go first.
So get a little bit of the bean shoots, peel off one of those pieces.
Little dip.
What's the verdict?
High five, straight away. I feel like I'm in Hamamatsu. They are so delicious. In fact, they're addictive, so we better keep eating them, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, those gyozas were so delicious, Dylan. And we do know Hamamatsu is famous for their dumplings, but they're also famous for lots of seafood. And it's one of your favourites from the area.
Yeah, so Lake Hamama has a wide range of different seafood that comes from its brackish waters. Today we're going to be using these pippies, which are the Australian version of Asari clams or Manila clams.
Yes.
So into the pan, I'm first going to place some of this sake. I've got about 120 milliliters in there, a teaspoon of soy sauce, or the Japanese shoyu. And then I'm also going to just put a little pinch of ginger. Ginger is going to give it a kind of clean taste. It's going to kind of lighten up the broth a little bit and take the overly seafoody taste of the clams away a little bit.
Okay.
We want to make sure that our liquid is come to a boil.
Yep.
So we'll just place the clams in there. Just want to have a nice kind of even layer. And then would you mind passing me the lid there?
Lid for you.
And then we're going to steam these for about 2 to 3 minutes. Basically, the way that we're going to tell whether they're done or not, we're going to see the little shells opening up. Looks like we're about ready now. You can see all the clams have opened up at this point.
It smells so good too.
I'll just take a little scoop of these clams, place them into the little bowl we have here. You can really smell the sake, the ginger as well.
Yeah. And there's so much water in each individual clam that itself is going to form a sauce. You don't add extra salt to it because it doesn't need it.
Yeah, the pipis are naturally salty, and there's also a little bit of salt in the cooking sake as well.
Correct, yeah.
And then do you just want to garnish it with a little bit of the ginger there?
Can do. Just over the top. That looks so
Beautiful.
pretty. It's another example of simplicity in Japanese cooking. You don't need so many things for it to taste great. It's one key ingredient, like the clams, Shall we have a taste?
Let's do it.
I want to get some of that delicious sauce. Little pool of it inside.
That's the best part.
Our Australian produce is so good. Given a little Japanese accent, it is just outstanding. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.